Did you change the screen?
I did.
On the screen?
Alright, so we got Ogrenades playing as Sedge versus Mr. Simile playing as Lytra.
Ooh, this is like the show match.
Yeah, you're correct. But yeah, these are two newcomers to the competitive scene, at least. I have never seen these two play before. And this is actually, I think, the first time I'm really seeing like Lytra play. But you know, actually, this is going to be the truth for a lot of cases. Like, I haven't had too much experience like watching a lot of these matchups before, so.
Yeah, not a lot of people play Lytra. I mean, the groove is not the easiest to use.
Yeah, but I think actually this is a somewhat decent map for it. There's a lot of water around, so you can like potentially dunk stuff. You know, there's a lot of villages and like interesting terrain you can use as well. So the addition of the lumber mill, actually, I think you could do some fun stuff with that. Like you wait for a forest to spawn and then you like groove like I want to say like a wheeled unit, like a wagon, I think, or maybe like even a ballista or a trab potentially. But yeah, there's definitely some cool stuff you can do here. I guess like gold, like throwing a golem onto a mountain would probably be like the more.
I just noticed they both built the riverboat on the wrong tile, so they have to cap the village from like.
Oh yeah, because if you build it from like the right hand side, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really slow you down that much, but it's still funny.
It's a small optimization, yeah. It's.
Oh, and now we see the matchup already playing out. Lytra has groove already. Sedge, you know. So we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, Lytra builds groove real fast, huh?
Yeah, it's. I think it's 100 for tier 1. That's pretty fast. Not many that are actually 100.
And ooh, we're gonna see going for a fight against the sword. I mean, it makes sense that swords on the beach is gonna take a lot of damage, even though Lytra's pretty low. And I like this from Simile. They're playing very. I don't know if like defensively is the right word, but they're investing in their defense. They're making sure that they have units over on the right hand side. They have like at least one spear so far, even though it's like fairly early into the game. And they're actually doing a good job pushing on the front. This is the first Kraken we've seen all day.
Yep. And Ogrenade has a rifle, actually. I think that riverboat is in range of the harpy. So.
Yes.
Ooh. Sedge picks up a sword there.
That's not what you want to do. You just don't want to let Sedge get any free value because
good value for Sedge there.
Yeah, he's on 80% already, so and that sword was probably a significant chunk of that. And yeah, now that sword has to come back and heal. Oh, using the spears to fight. He's just actually just gonna stand their ground and fight against Sedge. And I don't quite know how I feel about that, but
depends if Lytra comes over, then it's really good.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, Lytra could just come over and bully Sedge away. Kraken comes in, is actually almost in range of that dog too.
The dog could hit the Kraken and die a horrible death.
Oh, I was more meaning the Kraken would like get close to being. Ooh, I love that use of the barge actually.
Yep. Yeah. And Mr. Slimy is actually counter building his opponent pretty well. Looks like Ogrenade is spotting like value a little bit better, but their army comp is more like I want to build these units rather than I'm gonna counter build my opponents.
Oh wow, the dog actually does go for the attack on the Kraken. That's actually not bad.
Oh, yeah, decent value actually.
Yeah, you're taking what, like 33%?
The dog is probably dead,
but you know, if you bring out the Kraken down there, which that was, I mean, gold value wise, that was a really good trade.
Oh, I think Mr. Slimy might forget to cut their trees because they're placing units in the forest.
Alright, goodbye dogs. That Kraken's a lot weaker. It's gonna have real trouble like helping knock down villages and stuff like that.
It's a really interesting matchup. Like they're playing quite differently.
Oh
Mr.
wow.
Slimy is playing. I was about to say they're playing very reactive.
That is a very aggressive move. But there isn't really much to punish that, so
At least Lycra won't die straight away.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That was incredibly aggressive. And Sedge is gonna have Groove, so
Maybe the idea is to threaten with the group.
maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it forces Sedge back. He has to go back and heal. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, the dragon was in range, I believe, so... Even though, like, it doesn't look good because you're hitting commander against the commander in forest, but actually it worked.
yeah, I think that was a
Yeah.
perfectly
Oh.
good play. It just looks very spooky, but I guess you know because
Airtrooper killing a barge on a beach is such a, like, a condensation of all the new mechanics in Wargroove 2. I just love seeing it.
yeah. Oh, Dragon spots a not entirely free spear because that mage is in range. But I guess we're seeing like the overwhelming of like ground units coming in here.
Yeah. I think he might be able to cover the dragon from the mage.
Yeah, the dog could come in.
Although, not really. Not gonna really cover because there's a dragon to clear stuff.
Yeah, but there's also a mage nearby.
Yeah, it's some tactics are involved there. Like, let's see. Yeah, the riverboats just, you know, both riverboats on the sides are clearing villages pretty consistently.
Yeah, and ooh, that wasn't even a
That
full
tends
heal
to
on
happen.
Nitro. I guess like gonna use a bit of the passive regen there to get value. Okay, we
Yeah,
see our
actually the optimal heal.
we see the rifle crit, which is an interesting choice because I think the dragon would clear anyway.
Yeah. You get more groove if you hit first, though.
Oh, that is true. I mean, but you could have shot the barge. Would have been the other option.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he just doesn't like bugs, you know?
Maybe, but I mean that barge could have had a little bit less health right now. But I mean, I guess these are like really small optimizations, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, dragon gonna walk back and heal. Ooh, that's a lot of money to invest in a healing a dragon. But
Yeah, you kind of have to heal it eventually, right?
true.
Especially against Sedge, you don't want a low HP unit hanging around. I wonder if that Harpy is gonna crit the dragon. That's pretty good damage, right? Should be like around 50.
And we're seeing yet more fireboat versus air trooper action. And we're seeing
Ooh, and yeah, the mage gets the revenge hit on the dragon.
yeah, and here's another small optimization as well. Like, you know, Harpies really should have gone first there, just to keep that 9% health on the mage. But it's not really the end of the world. It's just
It's actually... Also, you give the dragon a counterattack groove if you hit with the mage first.
yeah.
Which is not much, but, you know.
I guess when you're fighting Sedge though, every little bit counts. You really don't
Yeah, you
want to
can-
let him get groove.
It's good that way. It looks like Mr. Slimy is slowly overwhelming the center part of the map.
Yep. I think it's Simile, by the way.
Hmm?
I think it's Simile as opposed to Slimy.
Oh, it's still me. My bad.
Simile? Like Gimli the dwarf from Lord of the Rings, but with an
Yeah.
S. I don't want to end up with them being like, why am I Why do people call me Slimy?
My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. Is this gonna kill? I don't. Oh, it does.
Yeah, it
Wow,
does.
that beach defense really making the difference there. And yeah, just like more counter attack. Yeah, they're just brawling out over on the left hand side.
So, Trooper on Knight.
Oh wow, yeah, they do a lot, especially on beach. And Sedge, I mean, I guess Sedge is happy to be brawling right now because, you know, they just want to build more and more groove.
Yep, but they are taking some losses, so
Yeah, it takes forever to build up the tier 2 groove on Sedge. Spear crit comes in.
ooh, these spears. Oh, I thought it wasn't a crit, but it was a crit. Never mind.
We're just gonna see more Kraken coming forward. Ooh, interesting. This is gonna result in the fire ship being kind of low on health, but
More than just kind of low.
yeah, that's a lot of counter attack
Second
damage.
Kraken coming up, yeah.
I guess there isn't too much to like defend. Actually, something I just noticed is double witches over on the side of Ogrenade, so they're
Yeah, it's
playing.
the Wargroove one idea of getting witches with Sedge. I mean, Sedge tier 1, if you have like one more witch, is basically like the Wargroove 1 Sedge, right?
Yeah. I guess you got all these rifles as well to play with. Yeah, this is like a lot of indirect damage here.
But yeah, but the danger when you have a lot of indirect is if everything in front dies, then your army is very weak.
Very true. I know people in chat saying Sedge about to go crazy, but you know, he's going crazy with 135% groove. This is and when he kills stuff with his groove, he doesn't build more groove. So it actually makes it more difficult for him to get to tier 2 if he's fighting a lot in tier 1. But we'll see how this plays out.
Lytra didn't use groove yet. So, are we gonna see?
Attempt at lethal? Maybe, but the dragon going there... Oh, I guess there is a night crit follow-up. Oh, on
Ooh.
beach and with a weakened
Yeah,
Lytra?
there's two witches too. That's
Oh, yeah, that's actually certain death. Oh, you don't even need the witches. Says just like, goes, you're already dead.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I think the rifle was in range as well, and... Oh, after all that, Simley was actually doing a really good job. Look at that kill difference as well.
Yep.
And then just goes a bit too far
They were
forwards.
like really grinding down the army, but you know,
Yep.
got ambushed by the Sedge animation.
Yeah, and yeah, you were not kidding about that animation being quick. That was, yeah. And I guess this is a very... So if anybody watched the, like, the launch event that we did, where it was Lytra versus Sedge, and both players were playing, like, very safe and playing a very long game, and not wanting to let Sedge build groove. This is kind of the opposite, right? This was a very brawly game. Both people just kind of duking it out a lot. And you see the end result of that was Sedge built groove a lot quicker, but Mr. Simley sadly just stepped a bit too far forwards with their commander and paid the price. And they were very, very dead, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, they were playing quite well before that.
yes.
And you know, that happens. This is war.
This is true. But you know, the
Happens to everyone. Everyone.
it's been good. I'm enjoying this. And as always, I like to see newcomers. Mr. Simley, I think, is someone to look out for. Ogrenade,
Yeah, I think it's still me, yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, so it is still me.
Silmy? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Oh, yeah, I was saying Simley. Silmy is what it... Alright, whatever.
Sorry about that.
You were saying it wrong, too, so...
I know.
Right. Still me. Okay. We'll get it right next time. They'll have to play more matches and submit more replays so we can get it right, but... Well played to both players. Still me, playing a very solid game overall until they move their commander a bit too far forwards and O grenades. Holding on long enough to get lethal, which is a very... one way of playing Sag, actually, is... you let your opponent get overconfident and you win. Anyway. We're gonna go on to the next game.